TikTok is expected to close the sale of its data security arm in the US today, bringing an end to the years long saga surrounding a potential TikTok ban. This story has been going on so long that it really begs the question: how popular is TikTok right now, anyway, and where does it fit within the creator economy ecosystem in 2026? For more on that, I want to bring on Josh Kaplan, the co founder and CEO of Smooth Media, a company that connects creators and brands to set up long-term brand campaigns. Josh, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Hey, gosh, how's it going? Thanks for bringing me on.
I'm doing well. So we are here. It's 2026. Okay. TikTok is not banned. It is still very much a platform that people use and creators are still using it heavily. What I want to talk to you about is, look, we have this restructuring deal. It's set to close. I mean, where is TikTok right now in the creator economy? I mean, and we'll start with the creators and the audiences separately, but do creators, are they still loving TikTok the way they used to 3, 4 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, to your point in the opening, it took way too long for this deal to actually close. From the beginning of the conversations till now, I think a lot of creators were in a bit of limbo where they weren't really sure. They had the hot start out of the gate with COVID and the explosion of creators that were coming on during the pandemic. The Creator Fund was a really great first step that TikTok was able to incentivize creators, say, hey, you can come on and make money. And since then, and since all of the different negotiations, I think TikTok has really lost a lot of ground and a lot of favor with creators. It's a really hard place to have a consistent audience. There aren't that many revenue streams that are sustainable comparatively to Instagram or YouTube. And you can't hold your audience. It's easy to go viral. It's easy to get that one shot of uh, amazing exposure to the algorithm. But after that, how do you continue to build on that? That's the big question that is still yet to be answered. And I hope that this deal is the start of a new era and that they look back at their creator program and they really start to prioritize it. I've got a couple concerns. I don't know how much the platform is built for really creating professional creators right now, as opposed to getting just a ton of people to make a ton of content and feed TikTok shop. But that's a a further question that we'll see as time plays out.
So I want to get to TikTok Shop here in a second, but you talked about the short form content being a little tougher for creators to actually build lasting audiences. So my question for you is this a TikTok specific issue, or is this an issue with short form content broadly? And do we have the same issue on Instagram with Reels?
It's a good question. I think Instagram has a more robust ecosystem. YouTube, with their Shorts program, has a more robust ecosystem where you can bring people into your long form. You have memberships, you have all sorts of other things that are able to monetize. TikTok is really just not conducive to building that community. Instagram, you can still have different DM channels. You're able to see that difference in the comments. And the creators that we talk to, anybody who's really spent a couple of years on TikTok wants to start long form. They want to get into podcasts. They want to move off of it. And so just anecdotally, we're seeing that TikTok just doesn't have that staying power in order to be truly the only place. I think any big TikTok star that we've seen over the past couple of years has grown beyond the platform and doesn't say, hey, I'm a TikToker anymore. The same way that you maintain the identity of a YouTuber. So, but relatively speaking, no, I think that it is a TikTok specific problem that they need to fix.
And what about viewers? Are viewers still flocking to TikTok the way that they used to?
It's digital opium. This is what they've been selling for years now. Like, this is so addictive. And I think that if you talk to the audiences and we see what people are saying, this is the first one that gets deleted. When you say I need a social media break, TikTok is the one that goes, I gotta take a step back. I gotta get off the drug for a little bit. And that to me says a lot about it. That I imagine that we all know that, the addiction feels good in the beginning, but after a while you go, I need something else. And there's something healthier about having a relationship with the creators that you subscribe to, being able to name them, being able to tell people who your favorite creators are. A lot of people, when you ask who's your favorite TikToker, you go, I've got no idea. I just know that I like watching it. And I think that says a lot about the health of the platform.
Now, you mentioned TikTok Shop, and we've done some reporting here at the information about just how heavily TikTok plans to lean into e-commerce, and that is certainly a way to diversify the offering beyond just the short form content on its own. How is TikTok Shop right now as a product from your perspective? Is it even from brands as well who you work with? I mean, do they view TikTok Shop as a viable way to actually get the word out?
Most of our clients are not using TikTok Shop, but that's because of the nature of the Smooth Media business. We're working with a lot more enterprise level businesses selling B2B services. But from what I hear from other peers, TikTok Shop is fantastic for consumer products. This is an incredible version of QVC. And that is amazing if you're a marketer to be able to get that type of conversion. You got to be able to do that. That's your duty as a marketer to go and find the best way to distribute your product. But if you're a creator making content, I wouldn't, in good faith, suggest that TikTok Shop becomes a meaningful part of your business. I think that you're better off finding other areas as a creator to be sustainable, and so that relationship between the platform and those building the videos on top of it. If I were TikTok, I'd start to do a lot of work to make sure that I can make this a stable place to continue feeding that TikTok Shop content.
And you mentioned QVC. Is the traction that TikTok Shop is seeing, does that at all connect to the emphasis that they have put on live content as well? I seem to when I think of live content, I mean, I certainly think of X and the shows that pop up. YouTube Live is obviously there, and we'll put Twitch and stuff like it in a different box for the moment here. But like if we talk about the big social platforms, I, TikTok seems to be prioritizing live a lot, right?
These are all just so big, it's so hard to fathom. And the amount of companies that are doing live shopping or just not or on demand and you can just scroll and find it, that's not where we spend a lot of our time. So I can't speak too specifically to it. But from what I see, this is just such a behemoth of a way of moving product and being able to market product that you got to take it seriously. If you're a marketer, you can't ignore it. But that's not where we play as a company. So I'd refer to a future guest to
Yeah.
be able to tell you more about that one in particular.
So last question for you now. Let's get back to the deal here. I mean, the deal we've talked about on the show how the deal is really for a specific back end part of TikTok's business. It's to do with data security. It may not have been the overhaul that I think people thought it might be with respect to the TikTok platform. And so, prediction wise, looking ahead, I mean, how do you think this deal might change the future of the platform? Where do you think the platform will go overall? How do you see it changing?
It seems incredibly unclear. I'm very let down as somebody who has a business within the social media world, as somebody who is an American, that it took so long and that this is where we landed. I have much higher expectations for our systems to be able to get TikTok into a healthier place. I hope the data has a better safety situation. I hope TikTok changes dramatically. I hope that the Oracle ownership and the other big money coming in is able to really say, hey, we now need to go change the product in many, many more ways. When this first became a big issue on the public stage from a legislation perspective, a lot of career TikTokers came out and said, this is how I make a living as an American. I need you to help me. I need you to protect me. We're not done helping those creators. And us as a business world, us as the political world, we need to be able to force even more change. If this is where it ends and all we say is great, the data is stored in different data centers on American soil, I would be very, very upset. I don't know if I should be optimistic about it, but I hope that things look a lot different a year from now, 2 years from now.
Great. Well, Josh, I want to thank you for coming on. That is Josh Kaplan, the co founder and CEO of Smooth Media here on TITV.